How I stopped caring what others think. The younger version of me would constantly walk around in like any sort of social environment and would always just like overthink what everyone around me is thinking about me, whether it be in school, work, going to go get groceries, little shit like that. I would always go out to any sort of social environment and my brain would just go overdrive with all these like negative thoughts about myself, how I look, what everyone's just thinking about me. Now looking back at like the younger me, I probably had some of the worst mental health, had no education about self-care and trying to improve yourself. And just my whole mindset was out of whack. I never really valued my own time, would always just try to please everyone else, would think my ego is like crazy high and everyone is thinking about me every single second of the day. Turns out, completely uneducated, completely wrong. Everyone's always worried about themselves. I'm going to speak a little bit more about that further on. But now, fast forward to 2024, feeling a lot more happier and overall confident every single day. Feelings of like caring about what others think has honestly decreased. Like, yeah, I still want others to think good about me. I still somewhat care about what others think about me because there's this different approach other people take. Like, oh, I don't care about what others think. And it's almost like they just let themselves go. Like people that get fat, they're like, I don't care about what others think, so I can just get out of shape. I can just do nothing with my life. Don't get me wrong, I still care about what others think. I think it's like a much more different approach. In this video, I'm just going to share with you my lessons and learnings, what really helped me just like improve my overall self-confidence. First off, why should you listen to me? Well, my name is Adrian. I've been training in the gym for 6+ years. I've experienced what it's like to overthink in many social situations, and I used to have really high feelings of like social anxiety. It feels purposeful for me to help others strive for improvement in all areas of self-development. Finally, I'm proud of the progress I've made in my journey and feel like sharing my progress with you will only help accelerate your very own progress. Quick plug, I'm currently doing one-on-one coaching calls. Whether you're looking to enhance your personal development, boost your confidence, or overcome challenges, our dedicated coaching sessions are tailored to meet your unique needs and goals in any specific area of self-improvement. The link's in the description for any of those who are interested. Finally, make sure to subscribe to get these educational full-length guides on your homepage instead of like the shitty clickbait entertainment videos you watch every single night in which provide you with no value and just leave you feeling like, why did I just waste my time watching that? Subscribe to this channel, just purely educational content. My promise to you is that at the end of this video, you will not only learn what drastically helped me to stop overthinking and to like stop caring what everyone else thinks, but you will feel more motivated to take action and become equipped with the education needed to implement these learnings in your very own life. So there's 3 parts of this video. Number 1, no one thinks about you. Number 2, having something to live for. And number 3, social media. Number 1, no one thinks about you. Everyone thinks about themselves. This one sentence right here has to be the most true statement I've ever heard, especially in high school. In high school, this is when you start to develop these feelings of like, oh, you start to like worry and your ego is big. You start to like overthink like what everyone's thinking about you, what shoes you're wearing, what hairstyle you have, what you just do at school. You just feel like everyone's constantly judging you. It turns out when I look back at like my high school experience, everyone's egos are extremely high and everyone is constantly thinking the same thing. We're all human, we're all the same, no one's different. If you can start to become aware of this and have this mindset of everyone thinks about themselves and I'm just going to do what I do because at the end of the day, everyone's just worried about their own problems and struggles that they have. Your progress is only going to be accelerated at a much more faster rate because nothing's holding you back. You're trying to fulfill your true purpose, which I'm going to speak about a little in the next slide. When you can cut off these crabs, when you can cut off these feelings of, oh, I'm not going to make videos, I'm not going to go gym because everyone thinks about me. The sooner you can cut that off, the sooner you can realize everyone's just thinking about themselves. Your overall progress is going to be accelerating so much more faster compared to the guy who never takes action because he's constantly worried and like insecure of like what other people think about him. This picture here, I think I was like in year 10 at high school. So I was like 16, 17 years old. During this period of life, I'd constantly feel insecure. I would constantly stress about what everyone was to think about me and would feel like all these 16th birthdays I'd go to, 16th, 18th, would feel like I just need to fit in with everyone else. I need to drink alcohol because everyone else is. And if I don't, everyone would judge me and have negative thoughts about me. Turns out I was honestly just stuck in my own head and was just like hindering and sacrificing my own progress, my own self-development. I just didn't value who I was as a person. Would always just like try to please everyone else and would just never care about my own self-development as much as I do now. Number 2, nobody remembers your embarrassing past. You remember it, therefore your mind believes everyone else will. So when I'd constantly have these like embarrassing moments in high school, whether it be like an awkward conversation with a girl, an awkward moment with my mate, or maybe you mess up a handshake with one of your mates. Yeah, your mind would go overdrive and you'd start to believe that everyone witnessed this embarrassing moment and everyone would think about this embarrassing moment for the rest of their lives. Believe it or not, bro, it's literally only like a 5-second awkward encounter, which as soon as it's over, no one's going to remember for the rest of their lives other than you. This is just the harsh truth. And I wish the younger me could hear this because whenever some sort of like awkward moment would happen, believe it or not, bro, I just constantly would feel like now the whole world knows, now my life's over. It's literally only you who knows these awkward moments. Everyone is so worried and everyone has these awkward moments themselves throughout their days. We're not robots. We can't be perfect. So if you can start to realize, okay, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, and that no one's going to remember these mistakes for the rest of your whole entire existence, you're going to be fine, bro, right? You're going to be fine. Trust me. You only remember it. Your mind and ego makes you feel like, and makes you believe that like everyone else knows about it. Trust me, no one gives a shit. Everyone's so stuck in their own heads, constantly like trying to be perfect themselves. And now you're probably coping. No, they do remember. My argument to this is, okay, even if they do remember for however long they do, let's say they remember it for a week, month, etc. If you can like start to think long term, and if it's like a funny, awkward story, bro, think about telling this story 1 to 2 years from now when you've improved so much from that younger, current, awkward version of yourself. It just makes it a good story to tell. Like right now, it's the same thing with me. These stories, these awkward moments, almost like investments that I can now tell to my YouTube channel. They're funny, entertaining stories because there's a change in my self-development. Yeah, 2, 3 years ago, when these moments happen, you might be that awkward, skinny bloke. But guess what? The more you start to realize, okay, if I can improve myself from that current person, I can look back and tell these stories. I can tell my mistakes. I can tell what I did wrong. I can tell you how, honestly, they don't mean jack shit. And number 3, we have improve your mental health. Decreases bad internal thoughts. The more you can start to like try to improve your mental health, whether it be starting to meditate more, starting to reduce your screen time, starting to have like some sort of like self-care routine. Trust me when I say this, the more you start to, which I'm going to speak a little bit about more in the next slide, the more you start to value your own time, the less you start to care about what everyone else thinks about you. If you're lying to yourself, you're not doing what you say you'll do, you just have bad mental health, you're engaged in like instant gratification habits, do you really think your like self-internal thoughts are going to be positive about you? Or do you think you're constantly going to be looking for like the next sort of external source of happiness and that makes you feel good in the moment, but honestly just like fries your mental health and just makes you feel like shit? Like whether it be eating junk food because yeah, that feels good in the moment, but after it fucks up your mental health because you have these feelings of like guilt, shame, regret. If you can go through a period of time of trying whatever it takes to improve your mental health, dopamine detox, meditating, gratitude journaling, we all know what to do. We've all watched a bunch of self-improvement videos. If you're watching this video, I can guarantee you've probably watched over 1,000 self-improvement videos. So I'm not going to say to you, do this, do that, do that, because it's almost like, bro, we all know what we have to do to improve our mental health now. But it's good that I'm reminding you and I want you to take action. I want you to constantly be aware of, okay, if I can try to improve my mental health, if I can have the understanding that no one remembers my embarrassing past, if I can have the awareness that everyone thinks about themselves, I'm going to be on the right track to becoming a better version of myself. I'm going to be on the right track to slowly but surely not really care about what everyone else thinks about me. Number 2, having something to live for. Find purpose in improving yourself. Start to value your own time. And only competition is you. Younger Adrian would never really have like some sort of purpose, didn't even know what purpose meant, really wasn't improving myself in any aspect of life. Like when I was like 16, 17, 18, yeah, I started gym at 16, but I was never really consistent. Like here, this was when I first started the gym, believe it or not. Have a pretty messed up hairstyle, really skinny, was weighing like 60 kilos. I would constantly feel insecure and would just care about what everyone else was to think about me. I was going gym. I was trying to find my purpose. I was trying to improve myself, build muscle in the gym, right? To like start attracting girls. Why everyone like starts the gym when they're like 16. I knew that going to the gym was right. I knew it was the right path for me to becoming a better person. But believe it or not, I'd still like not really want people to find out I was training in the gym. I'd still worry if people would talk shit about me for going to the gym. It'd come to a point in time where even like my own mates were saying like shit like, oh, you've been going to gym for 6 months, you've built no muscle. That just like messed up my mind. That just made me feel more insecure. Like, fuck, I need to find some sort of quick fix. I need to build muscle faster. Now I look back, I'm like, bro, why did I care so much about like what others had to say about like my gym journey? As long as I knew deep down, like younger Adrian, as long as I knew I'm finding purpose in improving myself, every single time I can keep forcing myself to go to the gym, every single time, the less and less I'm going to start giving a fuck what everyone thinks about me. The first time you go to the gym, you're just chucked in a new environment for the first time and your brain is going overdrive. You're constantly comparing yourself. You're constantly worried. Are you doing this right? Is your form good? Are you lifting a good amount of weight? Your first time in the gym, you're constantly insecure. But guess what? The more you start to force yourself, the more you start to chuck yourself in this uncomfortable situation, every single session, you start to care less about what everyone else is thinking around you, and you just start to care more about yourself. You start to care more about, okay, is my form improving? Am I improving with my reps? Am I getting stronger? you start to almost block out the external and just only care about the internal. The more you can start to force yourself to go in this environment, over time, you just start caring more about the internal. You start to value your own time. You start to just care less about whatever is happening around you. You start to care less about what your mates are saying about you. You start to care less about what just randoms around the street care about you. Like, the more you can improve your physique, the more you can start to build your body and start packing on muscle. I'm not saying muscle makes you happy, but like, let's be real. You're probably going to be a lot more happier when you have 5 kilos of muscle on your frame compared to your younger self. Just because this whole process of building that muscle has led to you getting these small wins every day, has led to you going outside of your comfort zone every single day, has been challenging. Like, let's be real, building muscle, it's not exactly easy. All those times you've had to grunt and just push hard to get that PR, all those little moments have led to you becoming a much more better version of yourself. And ultimately, when you start doing this, you start to value your own time much more. The sooner you can start to doing something which feels progressive, because as a masculine guy, the sooner you can start to find progress in anything. It doesn't have to be the gym. I'm not saying you have to be a gym junkie to stop caring what anyone else thinks. Whatever you feel like feels purposeful and fulfilling too. It can be making videos, it can be playing an instrument, it can be any sort of sport. The sooner you can go all in on that and realize that you find progress with this habit and hobby, the sooner you have a passion, the sooner you have a purpose, the sooner you're going to realize your only competition is you. You're just going to be trying improving yourself every day. Like with gym, for example, I'd go home every day, watch a bunch of YouTubers like Jeff Cavalier, Greg Doucette. I was constantly just trying to become a better version of myself. And let's just say, when you feel like you have something to live for, you walk around day to day just constantly thinking about this, like, how can I become better? You constantly block out the external noise. Nothing phases you. Trust me when I say this, it's the best thing you can do when you're trying to like stop caring about what others think. Find your purpose, all in on it. Realize that your only competition is you. And finally, number 3, we have social media. Reduce time on phone. Let's be brutally honest and authentic. Does being on social media for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours make you feel good, or just make you compare yourself to everyone, make you feel shit, give you feelings of FOMO, give you feelings of, oh, I'm not good enough? It almost just promotes these negative feelings, right? And me, for example, I was glued to social media. I was on Snapchat for hours every day. I was on Instagram for hours every day, and would constantly just get brainwashed in these like long stalks, and would just constantly compare myself. Oh, this dude's got more muscle than me. This dude makes more money than me. This dude has a more attractive girlfriend. All this shit. You just constantly compare. And you don't want to fall in this mindset because it just makes you feel like you're not good enough. And what did I just speak about previously? At the end of the day, it should just be you versus you. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure sometimes when you see someone in a high position, it can motivate you. When I see bodybuilders like Sebum or like other self-improvement guys like Hamza, I'm more aware of, okay, I'm competing against them, which competing yourself is a good mindset to have, because if you can find someone, even like friends and shit, if you can find that you have this competing mindset over comparing mindset, honestly, your progress is probably going to be accelerated. When you realize I'm competing against them, you have higher motivation, you want to succeed. It's that masculine drive inside of you, which it's a good emotion. If you're not aware of this, if you just have this constant mindset of comparing yourself to others, like on your phone, you're getting feelings of FOMO. My best advice is, if you can try reduce your time on your phone and realize that you being on your phone 6, 7, 8 hours a day is having no benefit to your own self-development. Not only will this give you a whole lot more time to focus on yourself, but bro, let's think about it. You're going to have less distractions. You're going to be a whole lot more mentally dialed. Now you're going to be a whole lot more likely and inclined to go all in on whatever habit or whatever your purpose is, right? When you've cut out this bullshit fluff noise on social media. Finally, the time periods where you are on your phone on social media, really try your best to consume educational content instead of entertainment content. Educational content is stuff like these videos, self-improvement videos, which it's almost like you have something to gain from it. It's like lessons and learnings. That's the type of content you want to be consuming, because that can speed up your own progress. That makes you feel better about yourself. My videos make you more likely to take action on something to become a better person. Whereas entertainment content, like let's think of all these influencers like the Sidemen, Jake Paul, anything that's just like entertaining, like it's funny content, but you honestly feel like you don't really have anything to gain because of it. That type of content doesn't really make you feel that good. It almost makes you feel like I said at the start of my video, why did I just watch that? I just wasted my time. I didn't learn anything. I'm in the same position I was when I started watching the video. It's not like I learned anything new. I haven't improved in any sort of way. If anything, I've just fried my brain. Now I just have less motivation to do anything. I'm just stuck in this loophole of constantly being like a consuming bot and just trying to watch as many entertainment videos as I can, wasting hours on end watching a TV series, watching all this entertainment bullshit which has no value to me. Please just ask yourself, I'm going to start consuming educational content over entertainment content. The more you can learn, the more you can improve your self-consciousness and awareness. Over time, the less you're going to care about what everyone else thinks about you. Here's an actionable step for you. Ask yourself, what type of content do you usually consume? Does it provide value to you or help speed up your self-improvement journey? Or does it mentally make you feel like shit and just compare your life? Genuinely ask yourself, what are you watching and consuming every single day? Does it help you or does it set you back? You answer that question. I hope this advice was valuable and that it motivates and gives you the education you need to stop caring about what others think. Leave a comment about what really helped you down below. Like and subscribe for more videos about self-improvement, and I'll see you in the next video. What?